Okay, guys, we are live at Sziget Festival 2012, and we're joined by
Caro Emerald.
How's it going?
Good. Yeah.
Good. So we are from the UK. Tell the guys at home a bit about you, if they don't know already.
Well, I'm from Amsterdam. I'm a singer, and I'm traveling around Europe with my poppy jazzy music.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's get moving a little bit. Your sound is very cinematic. I know that a lot of it's been featured on a lot of TV commercials, a lot of TV.
Yeah.
NBC featured a lot of your music as well. Also did loads of commercials. How did that happen for you? How did that come about? Did they just approach you and say, "Look, we love your sound, your cinematic sound"? Or?
Yeah, I guess, the way that we kind of wrote the songs, we were inspired by movies as well, and it's kind of very, how do you say, with the atmospheric, all of the songs, so that kind of naturally makes it very suitable for, commercials and things like that. So it's used a lot.
Yeah.
Also in the US and everywhere around the world,
Yeah.
we get requests to use our music, so that's really cool.
Yeah. Deleted Scenes from the Cutting Room Floor.
Yeah.
Amazing album. I heard apparently that was in the charts for 27 weeks, beating Thriller's Michael Jackson's Thriller to the number one spot. That's true, right?
Yeah, that was in Holland. It was 30 weeks.
Netherlands, but 30 weeks. Correction, 30 weeks. Netherlands. It's amazing, though. You
Yeah,
beat
I
Michael
know.
Jackson. I mean, he's like the king of music.
I know. I don't know how to explain myself. I'm sorry.
I'd feel the same way. It's quite amazing.
It is, but it's also like, not done. You can't beat Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But, when I heard that, I was like, that was kind of the first time I realized how big it was.
Yeah.
When you start off as an artist, you don't know what is regular. You don't know how big you can be and how big everybody else is. You just know that you get a lot of attention when you do. And my train just never stopped running.
Yeah.
And then we had to hit that record, and I was like, okay, so this is really big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that kind of, occurred to me then.
Exciting.
Yeah, very.
Very uber cool.
I know, yeah.
Very good. So moving on a little bit. So you've got a bit of an American twang, I sense. Have you been in America for quite a long time?
No.
Or because I thought you'd sound more Netherlandy, but you sound very American, and I was like, oh wow, this is quite intriguing.
I guess there's two good reasons for that. Is that in Holland we do have a lot of American TV shows, and we use subtitles, so no voiceovers. So that's why also a lot of Dutch people know very good English. And because I'm a jazz trained singer, I had to follow American pronunciation for 2 years.
Right.
So because jazz is American, so I have to know how to do that, and that's why.
Fair dues. So you've come from a very jazz background. Who did you grow up listening to? Who did you grow up listening to, and you thought, oh my God, this is where I want to be?
Oh, you would be surprised that I was not interested in jazz at all during my teenage years or my childhood at all.
What?
I don't know, at home I would just listen to kids' songs.
Okay.
And I know my father would always play classical music. My sister would listen to the radio, but those were like golden oldies.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I don't know, Elton John and stuff like that. And that's the only pop I knew. And in school, obviously, we would play stuff. But when the first time I actually realized what jazz was is when they asked me to sing a song in the school's play.
Right.
It was "Dream a Little Dream of Me," which is a jazzy song, or at least a jazz standard. And I just had to got the hang of it immediately. And I don't know why. There's just something with me and jazz.
Yeah.
And then I decided to go and study it, but it wasn't until I was 19
Right.
that I started studying it and actually started understanding what it was, like really studying the whole genre.
Sure.
And that's when I guess my love for that kind of music kind of got explored.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was almost meant to be. It was very organic.
I guess so. I just don't know how. I really don't understand why I've got such a jazzy feel to whatever I do, but it's just, I guess I was born for it.
And it's working, so keep on it.
Yeah, I'll continue, yeah.
Nice. Okay, right, so just before we go, a couple of easy quickfire round questions for you. So, What would you be doing other than music? If it wasn't for jazz, what would you be doing? Would you be working in like would you be painting maybe somewhere interior design-esque?
You know what? My dad is always still telling the story about how a shame it is that I didn't go to art school.
Even now?
Even now.
Amazing Michael
Even now.
Jackson beating success.
I know, but he's proud though.
sure.
But he just can't. He has to tell that story every time about how I used to paint a lot when I was a kid. But I don't think I would ever become a painter because it's kind of a solitary life, and it doesn't really suit me. So I guess that's the reason why I chose music. And I did study law for about 1 year when I was 19, and I wanted to finish it, but I just didn't want to do 2 studies at the same time. I wanted to party more.
Okay.
So in the end,
partying.
me too. So and I just never got round to it to actually finish my law school, and I'm really not sorry about that.
Okay.
It wouldn't suit me at all. So
you're not thinking about going back there at any point in your life? Are you done with law completely?
I don't know. Never say never.
Okay, that is. Okay, so what's your most treasured possession?
The first thing that comes to mind is my piano.
Ooh, okay.
I guess I bought it from my first royalties. A real piano, and I'm not really a real piano player.
Okay.
I can play, but it's it's not for performances. But I've always wanted to have a real one. So yeah, that's my biggest possession, I guess.
Nice. And anything you would like to share with the guys at home? Anything like that they don't know about you already? Are you a big fan of carrots? Maybe do you eat them on a daily basis? Apples?
I get asked that a lot. Like, tell me something nobody knows. Well, I'm not going to tell that, but there's something that would probably surprise people is that I'm really a big fan of those really nerdy puzzle books, like with numbers and everything.
Oh, God.
Like I know it's really bad, and I know only old ladies do that, but I just can't help myself. Yeah.
It's one of your passions, which is fine. Everyone's got one.